Destroying worlds is destroying illusions. The destroyer of worlds is a destroyer of illusions. You always hear people talk about building, building, building. You don't hear much talk about destroying, destruction. Where's the balance in always building, building, building? That's just adding on to the illusion. Destruction is necessary. Destruction is subtraction. So you're subtracting from the illusion, taking away from the illusion. What are you taking away from the illusion? The true self, who you really are. What is the illusion? The experience that you got lost in. The experience that you became a part of, that you didn't stay separate from. So, when you see a character like Thanos, the destroyer of worlds, that's what that's talking about. That's what that symbolizes. The destroyer of illusions, who comes to bring balance to the universe through destruction, subtracting, taking away from. So, if you notice, what's the color of Thanos? Thanos is violet, a purple color. Violet is the color of the crown chakra. It's the color of cosmic awareness and cosmic consciousness. It's a unifying color. Color of oneness and spirituality. It's a color of oneness and spirituality. The energy of this color is very healing. Like, it heals, it soothes, it takes away pain. Now, when you're dealing with Thanos, you're dealing with the self, the true self. So, when you hear him speaking of balance and bringing balance to the universe, you know, you're talking about the heart or the heart chakra. So in order to obtain the soul stone, he had to sacrifice something that he loved. But see, that was taken away from. That was to bring balance, to bring wholeness, oneness. Green, that's the color of the heart chakra. It's the color of healing, balance, tranquility, serenity. Green brings wholeness in our lives. Of course, it's like the color of nature. Green is also the color of will. Now, think about what I just said. Thanos is the crown chakra. He's violet. The hawk is what color? Green. The heart chakra. Now, some say the heart is the seat of the soul, and the third eye is the seat of the universe. That's what some say. So, what's sitting on the universe? The crown chakra is above the third eye, which is actually the first eye. The crown chakra sits on the first eye. The indigo colored eye, which that's the color of the third eye, indigo. Now, you've seen the battle between the heart and the crown. You've seen what the crown did to the heart. Now, Thanos being a destroyer of worlds, when we're talking about destroying or taking away from, After that battle between the heart and the crown chakra, if you notice, you didn't see the hawk again in that film. So, it's a reason for that. The hawk wouldn't come back out. See, there was already balance. There was already oneness that was already obtained. So, that's why you didn't see that character anymore. See, Thanos represents the all. But he's on a spiritual level. You have these other characters, the Avengers, they're dealing with a physical level of things. So, anyhow, now, destroying worlds and destroying illusions. It's not really a bad thing. See, we constantly talk about building, building, building. But see, when you're in this physical plane of existence and you're dealing with this thing that they call duality and all of that, you know, when you're dealing with opposites and things like that, you have to have balance, right? So, where's the balance in always adding on? Where's the balance in always building, building, building? There has to be destruction. Destruction is necessary. When you live in a world of illusions, it's very necessary to destroy, to take away from the illusion. Because if you keep adding on to it, you just become further lost in the illusion. Now, I didn't do this to go into a movie breakdown, anything like that. I'm just throwing certain things out there. You can piece that together and do the dot work with that. You know, the heart chakra, the crown chakra, Hawk, Thanos, the battle between the two, the oneness that took place that no one even realized. Cause a lot of these movies, it's a lot of hidden things in these movies, you know. But just the whole aspect of dealing with self and not letting anything stand in the way of your destiny, of your purpose. You know, willing to sacrifice and let go of the illusion to ascend. Because you know that you have a greater purpose. So why keep entertaining this illusion on a lesser level if you know that you're supposed to progress or ascend to a higher level? So this is what you're seeing here. You're dealing with ascension. People get left behind. Some people ascend as well. You don't really know what's in the cards for people. You know, everybody kind of serve their own purpose, and things just go how they go sometimes. They go the way they're meant to go. Yeah, but these characters and all of this stuff, it's not really what you think it is. It's not really the heroes being the heroes and the villains are the villains. It's backwards. Everything's been flipped around. Everything's been reversed. You're in the world of opposites. So, you know, when I did the first video back, well, not the first video, but when I did the video, The War of Infinity, and all the videos that came after that, they were all linked together. They all connected. You just have to do the dot work with it. You know, if I'm talking about the War for Infinity and talking about this Thanos character, who I just spoke on again, like I said, it's a lot of symbolism in that film. Then I went on to talking about how emotions are temporary. Now, in the War for Infinity, I'm talking about how, you know, you're sacrificing and letting go of things that you love to obtain the Soul Stone. Obtaining the Soul Stone, we're talking about oneness. He's becoming one with all of these different elements. You know, with all of these different, these stones, or what these stones represent. So, It's the space stone, he's becoming one with space. The mind stone, he's becoming one with mind. The reality stone, becoming one with reality. The power stone, the oneness of power. Time stone, he's becoming one with time. And the soul stone, becoming one with soul. So it's all about oneness, the totality. See, as you climb up, see what a lot of people don't realize when they get into the 7 hermetic principles, which really come from the universal laws of Tahuti, they think that the first is the last and the last is the first. What they don't understand, or what I'm saying is this, it'll say number 1, the all is the mind. All is mental. And then number 2, go on, so forth and so on. And then you'll end with like the duality, everything has opposites, so forth and so on, but really it's flipped the other way around. The 7th principle is actually the oneness, the totality. The all is mind. The realization of the all is mind. The mind is all, so forth and so on, however it goes. So you're climbing up to that. You're not starting there and then going down, because then you're going to get stuck in this physical thing and create all of these boundaries, subjecting yourself to all of these laws. These laws are levels. So as you reach certain levels, you exceed certain laws. They don't pertain anymore. You surpass those. Once you've climbed above that level and you make it to the 7th, the all is mine. So, like I said, they play reverse games with you. Dissension is the game that they play. They got to keep you stuck here. Got to keep you lost in this physical thing. They're very clever. Yeah, they're very clever. We're working over their magic on you. So that's why you got to learn to be magical too. That's why you got to learn how to use your magical mind. You got to learn how to be more creative, obtain more imagination. Stop trying to be so damn logical all the time, wanting to figure things out, wanting to be scientific. Science. Science is just another word for knowing. What you see is science, these lab coats and all of that. What they're doing in science is just trying to explain magic. Science is magic explained, or the attempt to explain magic. That's all that is. All magic can't be explained, although they may attempt. But it is what it is. So with that, that's when knowing comes into place. That's when the senses come into place. Or that's when sense and sensors come into place. He who knows it feels it. So it's a feeling. You know these things. Everything isn't in a textbook. Everything that's presented to you by a lab coat isn't authentic. So don't get lost or caught up in that. Always talking about proof, or wanting to see the paperwork, or wanting to see the book, or where you get that from. Because books are just a compilation of other people's thoughts, ideals, and theories. So would you going to get one book and argue it versus another book? Another person's thoughts versus another person's thoughts? What about your thoughts? Take these things, learn how to decipher, learn how to discern these things. Don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you see. Don't get lost in the illusions. There's multiple mind control programs. There's different programs for different people. Different people have different mentalities. Different cultures have different mentalities. So different programs are set in place, specifically targeted towards specific people. It's not all the same program for everybody. Although there are universal programs, there are programs that are specific to certain people. So, always got to be aware of these different things. You always got to be conscious of what's going on around you. Yeah, but trying to be over logical and overthinking things all the time, it just creates more confusion. Sometimes you gotta let your imagination and your creativity go to work. But yeah, see, and that's the thing. If you don't control your imagination, they'll do it for you. So they do things every now and then to test and see how locked into the program you are. So, for example, they had this thing called the Mandela effect, which wasn't really no Mandela effect. The Mandela effect was really the Mandala effect. But that's something I'll get into another time. What the Mandala effect is. What a mandala is. Yeah, but I'm gonna cut this short. It's running a little longer than I expected to do. Got some things to do, but just wanted to share that real quick.